Hi, so today I just wanted to show you all a really simple makeup look. A lot of times I don't like spending a lot of time on my makeup, although I do love doing it, but sometimes you just gotta cover up the blemishes, throw some mascara on and go. So that whole no makeup look really requires a lot of makeup, so I did an actual no makeup look where I tried to use as little makeup as possible, and I show you guys what I use, what products I like, but a lot of it can be substituted for whatever you have. So I'm hoping this is just something really simple, really easy that you all can do quickly before work, or if you have to run out really quick, or if you're like me and you just kind of sit around and play with your makeup every now and then, it's something easy that you don't have to totally commit to. But it's a good way to practice just simple techniques. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully you guys maybe learn a little bit, or if not, you can just make fun of me and I'll do that right there with you. So I'll quit chatting and let's get started. Okay, so first start by prepping your skin. I use Clinique skincare items, but sorry, I'm laughing because I couldn't figure out the camera like this whole video, so I'm sorry when all of it's off center and doesn't make any sense. But go ahead and prep your skin. I use Clinique. I used to work for Clinique, so that was easiest for me. But you can use whatever you want. And I started by putting a tinted sunscreen on, also from Clinique. It's called City Super Block, or Super City Block. Definitely Super City Block. Okay, well, it's been a while since I worked for Clinique. But anyways, I always start by doing something with a sunscreen. You just really want to protect your skin. Yeah, so make sure you have an SPF in your makeup or in your primer or something like that. But for today, because we're just doing the quick 15-minute or less look, because everyone is able to not look like a troll, we will be just using sunscreen as our base. No need to get out all the foundation or anything. So I started with concealer. The concealer is from NYX. NYX is a pretty cheap brand. Some people call it NYX. I don't really know what's right, but I bought it so I can call it whatever I want. But I use the concealer to conceal under my eyes, and then I use just a little on my nose and my chin as well, because I don't know, my nose and chin could use a little extra help here and there. So I just always cover those up in my quick looks too. So here I'm using a Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. It's like a beauty blender. It's much cheaper. You can find it at Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, online. But I love these things. They just help it all look a lot better. There I'm pointing out a red dot on my eye that I've had for forever. I don't know what it's from or when I got it, but literally nothing covers it up. So I always put concealer or foundation on it before I do any eye makeup. So I thought here that I had it done well, but then I looked in the mirror and I realized I didn't. So then I did it again. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just trying to show you guys some looks where you can use cheaper makeup or cheaper tools. Just an everyday look for everyday people, not trying to get crazy. I'm not a real makeup vlogger. Oh, e.l.f, yes. See, e.l.f costs like $3, so people, please use e.l.f. It's just cheap. I mean, why wouldn't you? What I have here is a transparent powder. I used to use colored powders, but it started to make me look a little cakey, so I prefer the transparent loose powder. Some people like pressed powder. I don't really have a preference either way. That loose powder was just on the shelf and easy to grab. Yeah, you'll notice I do a lot of tapping in this video. I think that's one of my biggest reminders for people when I'm talking about makeup, is that always tap your brush off or settle the powder or product, whatever you put on it, into the brush, so that when it hits your skin for the first time, it's not creating either a big white spot or a big pink spot or whatever color you might have. It can get a little crazy if you don't tap it off. So I'm going to be pretty annoying about the tapping aspect. This is my Bronze Goddess from Estee Lauder. This is actually a Bronze Goddess. I'm obsessed with this stuff. It's my bronzer. That's how I add color in on this look and help cover up a little bit. But because I'm fair skinned, it doesn't have too much of an orange tint to it, which I really love, because with bronzers you can get pretty orange pretty quick. So I really like this one. Sure, it's a little more expensive, but I think money is well spent when you don't look like an Oompa Loompa. So definitely go for the more expensive bronzer because it will save you a lot of embarrassment in the long run. But there are other things that you don't have to splurge on, and I'll show you that, throughout this video. But yes, I put it on the edges of my forehead, under my chin, and around my neck because I have weird spots under my neck, so I like to try to even that out with a bronzer. And then in the hollows of my cheeks, it kind of lifts your whole face without having to do too much makeup. Oh, and on your nose because it's way cheaper than a nose job, so just do that. But yeah, you don't have to look like a Kardashian by the end of this. It's just nice. See, this is where I struggle with the camera. I can't figure out which way the camera works. It's opposite. So, more power to these makeup vloggers because I don't know how they do it. Tap, tap. Yep, don't forget. But this is just like a nice peach blush from Clinique. Again, you can find a lot of these anywhere, any brand. I'm not really picky. I just use Clinique because that's what I already have. But I like peach tones. It looks good with my fair and yellower skin. So yes, to get the blush on your face correctly, you usually smile and start from the apples of your cheeks and work back. And then I'm just buffing it out with a big fluffy brush that I use for my powder so I don't look stripey on the sides. And then we will dive into the eyebrows where I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I always get the skinniest brow pencil I can possibly find because it keeps them from looking fake. Here, yeah, I'm a little out of sorts. I'm talking to my mom, looking for my cat, and doing makeup all at once. So like I said, this, not really professional, just trying to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to get a quick makeup look. But yeah, so as thin as you can find because then you can make really small strokes, which ultimately looks like fine hair. If it gets too big or if you use a brush, I've noticed that it looks really thick and fake, and I've been through my fair share of eyebrow phases. Not all of them were fun or pretty, so this is what I've come to know and love. I also use a Clinique pencil if you're looking for something that's a little more expensive or a little more trusted, but this NYX one honestly works just fine, and I believe this is a taupe color, so I'm blonde, so usually it's like a weird, I'm a fake blonde, I'll be honest. But I'm a fake blonde, so usually it's hard to find a color to match because those can get orangey too. And what happens is when it's oxidizing on your skin, that's when it pulls out that bronze color. So be careful about that. Always go towards more gray or blonde colors. They're less likely to turn orange on you. And that's what this taupe did for me. So that's, nobody wants orange eyebrows. Like I said, we are not trying to look like Oompa Loompas by the end of this. Just trying to look like we put in a little bit of effort. Okay, so next we're going to move into the eyeshadows. So like I said, super simple makeup look, not trying to get crazy. So I'm going to stick to 3 colors. I will be using the MAC Power Hungry palette. I believe it's new. I just got it. It might not be new. I don't really know. But I like MAC. I think they make really nice makeup and it's not too crazy expensive. But you can probably find different variations of this at a lower price if you wanted. So I started with the lightest color. Right, so about keeping your makeup brushes clean, I'm not good at it, if I'm going to be totally honest, but I am better at keeping my skin clean, so I think it just kind of balances out in the long run. Anyways, what I'm doing here is just applying that light color all over between my brow and my lid, so that space right in between. That space varies for a lot of people. I actually have unreasonably high eyebrows, so I kind of always look surprised, but other people have much lower eyebrows with much less room to work with right there. Neither one is good or bad, they're just different. So if you notice that makes this a little harder to do, you don't have to go as high as I do. That's just how I prefer it on my face. And then I go ahead and with that little bit darker color, and that brush is tapered at the end, so it helps me control where the shadow goes or where the color goes better on my eyelid. So I want to keep that right in the crease. And like I said, I go a little higher because I have high eyebrows and I can. Not everybody can. This would take practice because I promise if you go too high, you might look like a clown, and I don't want you to think that I'm doing that to you on purpose. It's just people's face shapes are very different, and so especially in that area, people don't realize it. So just kind of play around with it, practice a little bit, but this is super easy. You just swipe it back and forth, back and forth. That brush also helps to blend those two colors together, so you won't get too harsh of a line. It doesn't take a lot of color to get this look. It's super easy. So then we're gonna go in with my lightest color here. So this is the third and final color, also from M.A.C, just to separate. I'm really struggling with the camera, you guys. I'm so sorry. But it's just a really light, pretty pink with a little bit of shimmer in it. And I just go ahead and add that to the eyelid with a flat brush. So just take a little bit. You can always add more. You don't want to get crazy on the shimmer. And I just add it right to the center of my eyelid, and then drag it into the corner. That will give you a nice highlight and a little bit of dimension on your eyes. So it's not crazy amount of eyeshadow, but it does still give you the sculpted look. And then just adding it to the inner corner of your eyes and right under your brow as well. If you are a little older or have more mature skin, I don't recommend bringing the highlight back down the tail end of the brow. Just keep it under the first part and in the arch, because bringing it back down brings your eyes down. So you want everything to be lifted, and that's the whole point of the highlight. And then I just go back through with the blush and with the brush. We're done with the blush and blend it out. Now I'm using the highlight that comes in this M.A.C palette. I use a more yellow highlight, but there are also pink tone highlights, and I'm using a big fluffy brush here just so it, you know, kind of gets set on my face and it's really light and simple. I don't want to look too crazy. Like I said, we don't need to look like a Kardashian right now. You can when you want. That's not this look. And then I just put it on the tops of my cheeks and right under my eye and down my nose and on my forehead a little bit, just so it's all evened out and blended. And then we are going to move into the mascara. I don't do eyeliner with this because I think that takes a lot of time. I know if you don't get it right the first time, you feel like you spend 20 minutes doing your eyeliner, so just skip it all together. That's what I usually do. And you don't always need eyeliner. If you prefer eyeliner, you can do eyeliner with this look, whatever floats your boat. But here I just do mascara, and a lot of times I'll do, not with this look, but a lot of times I'll do fake eyelashes because I have this nervous habit where I pick at my eyelashes. So here you can see I spend a lot more time on my mascara, more than the average person probably, trying to fan my eyelashes out to look like a human and not like a nervous freak. So, fake eyelashes are always good for covering up eyelash problems. But as far as this like look, you just need to throw on some mascara and go. Everything else that's on your face and like your base already gives you that. Oh, right. Okay, e.l.f. e.l.f. is the mascara we're using today. But by applying the, like I was saying, by applying the highlight, the blush, and the bronzer, that really adds the finishing touch. It's not the eye makeup always. So, I mean, you could do full eye makeup without any base makeup, and I just don't think it would have the same effect. So to have that no makeup look, it's easily achieved by focusing more on your face and less on your eyes. And I always do mascara on the bottom eyelashes just because I think it really helps open up my eyes and make them pop, but that's for you to decide. And then we're just using a Clinique lip gloss. Like I said, you can get much cheaper lip glosses anywhere, but I love Clinique. I don't think it's very sticky, and that freaks me out in a lip gloss. So go ahead and do whatever makes you happy or makes your bank account happy, but that's what I have, is the Clinique. And then you just put that on, rub it around, and then you're pretty much done. So now you look like you put in a little effort and you don't look so much like a troll anymore, but it took less than 15 minutes. So I'd say that that's a win in my book. But here you can see there's more dimension to the face. Some of that imperfection is covered up but still looks really natural. And here my eyelashes got stuck together, so try to let your mascara dry before you blink a lot. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to be doing more of these soon.